Hi, gang. Get out of here. Go away. There we go. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the nightly draw for July the 7th, 2017. Am I got the date right? It's July 7th, right? Yeah. Is that right? July 7th? God, I can't even keep track of the day anymore. Anyway, whatever day it is. Whatever today is. 7th. Yes, July 7th. There it is. You know, I just look on the computer and it will actually tell me. How you doing? Welcome. It looks like it's just you and me right now, James, but there will be others coming along. Yeah, I know there was a little glitch. I accidentally hit the stream button because I couldn't see what I was doing, and I accidentally hit the stream button, and that kind of screwed things up. But anyway, we do have a. I just wanted to. Now I'm going to go ahead and announce this. There is a new URL for the show. I went over and set up a Bitly URL shortener. And so the new URL, and let's see if I hit the right button, it should put it right there. There it is, bit.ly/nightlydraw. And that'll take you directly to the page that you're watching it on right now. If you're watching it live, that is. That doesn't count the archived version of it. But anyway, that URL will take you directly to this page. Assuming that I don't screw up and hit the streaming button by accident early. Actually, yeah, I that was my goof up. So anyway, hopefully others will find us, and I'm going to do a quick, real quick little thing while we're here over on Facebook, announcement type thing. But anyway, I hope you're doing well. Hold on a second. I'm typing, and I hope that it looks good because I can't see it because of my glasses. I need to get new glasses, and I've been saying that for a long time, but. Let's see, put that over on Centaurs as well. Post. And we'll do it over on Channel Tachyon as well. Sorry about that. But anyway, I think this week I'm going to actually start working on the new set, as it were, for this. I'm really getting kind of fed up with the way things are set up here currently, and it's just not very convenient for this. And it is. You're right. It is Friday night, and but they're going to miss out on some drawing. It's their loss. Anyway, Tonight I'm going to blow through the shameless commerce portion. We've got the and I actually need to be clicked on here. There we go. There's the Patreon page. All kinds of goodies there. Actually, we have two new patrons at the $30 level that are getting the Not Safe for Work Friday pieces. So and I didn't get a chance to type it up because it just happened. The second one just came in, so we'll have them feed. You'll get to see your names on Monday. Facebook page, that's where all the info is going to be, and then there's the Etsy page where I'm selling original art. Go please buy original art, and then of course everybody knows about the books 1 and 2. And I'm actually looking at possibly some cheaper ways of getting those, but there's nothing definite, so I can't say for sure. Shouldn't have said anything because the Osborne effect will kick in there. Same thing for the Naughty Bits books, and as I said, we all know what those are about, don't we? Yes, we do. And then there's my appearance at DragonCon coming up September 4th, 1st through 4th here in Atlanta. Oh, I have ordered. That's another big piece of news. I ordered today. I ordered Comic books. I ordered new copies of the first comic book because people were asking me. I had several people. I could have made several sales if I'd had them. I could have sold them of the first comic of the pilot episode, as it were. And they'd say, do you have the first one?" I said, "Oh no." Oops. Because I kind of got off guard by that show, and I really didn't have time to order them. I was planning to order them for Dragon Con, and they are ordered. And not only are they ordered, but also Negative Spaces. Negative Spaces as a comic book will debut at Dragon Con. I'm really excited about that. So that's 9 issues of Accidental Centaurs as a comic book that will be available at Dragon Con, among other things. Knock on wood, hopefully. Okay, I mentioned as I was blowing through the Shameless Commerce stuff, Not Safe for Work Friday. For those of you who like the adult stuff, there is a patron level, $30 a month over on Patreon, that gets you a naughty drawing of various levels of naughtiness every Friday. And here's a little teaser. Just some bits and pieces, some safe for work pieces from the various pieces. One of those has not run yet. It's actually scheduled for next week, and it's the one there, Patty, that's based on the one we did earlier this week that I colored. I think it was Monday night. I colored that. Yeah. But those are at the $30 a month level. And I've got a fly that is just driving me nuts, buzzing around here. So, anyway, so those have gone up, and will continue to go up for the foreseeable future. Okay, that was quick. That was very quick. So now we're on to drawing. Believe it or not, I'm actually going to be drawing, and what I'm going to be drawing is continue on from last night. If you remember last night, I penciled this page, which is page 6 from 7 Centauri. Well, we don't know what that is, so yeah, you're right. But anyway, the full one, the full piece of art definitely is a little too explicit. But anyway. All right, now I'm going to find. Tonight I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using this good old Bombay India ink, which is basically water, carbon black, and glue. That's all it is. And I will be using one of these pens, and I haven't decided which one yet. Which one do I want to use? I'm going to use this one. And there we go. All right. So, definitely always going to need some of these when India ink is involved. And I'm going to try to be careful so that I don't smudge the artwork as usual, because I always seem to do that. That's just one of the pitfalls of India ink, but I just love the look of India ink. It's just looks great. Oh, look, there's our chemistry lesson from last night. All right, so here we go. So far, it's just you and me, James. Oh, well, everybody else is lost. I'm glad you're here. I'm wondering if that little glitch might have affected the viewership for tonight, or the fact that it is Friday night. Well, fire. You may fire when ready, Gridley, with the questions. Oh yeah, I'm gonna start put the music back there. The copyright strike friendly music from YouTube. Thanks, courtesy of YouTube. As I've said, in these scenes, Sam is experiencing her own private little rain shower. So that will be added in Photoshop as an effect. So I'm not going to draw it here. If I were to draw it, it would just turn into a mass of black lines and a mess, and you really couldn't see what was going on. So the belt on Sam, originally for the longest time, she didn't have any. There was no. Hold on, let me slide this over here a little bit. Yeah, that's right, John. Do it on camera. Oh, that's brilliant. That was brilliant. There we go. Oh, and then the lighting screws up. Doggone it. I am going to I'm going to start working on building a new hutch here with custom lighting here this weekend. I think I've got plywood left over from an earlier project. I had some. I need to see how much of it's left. There was a full sheet of 3/4 inch Baltic birch plywood, very nice, that I bought for another project long ago, and it was cut up into 4 1-foot wide strips, which would be perfect for building this hutch. But I don't remember how much of it I used on that project, and I don't know what's left out there, so I need to go out there and see. Problem is, it has been so bloody hot here in Georgia, and that garage is, well, it's uninhabitable. One of the reasons why I didn't want to do why the Make-Its never took off was that I didn't want to be out there in that garage all the time having to work on projects, because there's no heating and no cooling. No cooling I can deal with. I can put a jacket on, but the heating, it's really unbearable out there. Oh jeez. All right. I'm going to try and do the one thing that you should never do when you're on the air, and that's shade the camera live on the air. Here we go. Let's see. Let's show webcam settings. And default. That didn't help, did it? There, that's a little better. There we go. And I think I guess the focus looks okay. So there we go. Don't try this at home, kids. I am a television professional. Put my glasses away here, so aside here, so that I can actually see what I'm doing. Oh, come on. There we go. I remember the first time I ever tried using a dip pen. It was back in college. And I tried using it, and I just made an unholy mess of everything. Not just my artwork, but my desk, my hands. I mean, I just got ink all over. It was horrible. What happened to Nega-Sam at the end of Negative Spaces? Spoilers. She was pulled into the vortex, the same vortex that obviously pulled Alex and Sam somewhere, because she was connected to Sam. But as for the specifics, spoilers. I told the story. I did the story for several reasons. One, it gave me an opportunity to experiment with doing a story that was all pantomime and no dialogue. Second, I'd always wanted to go back to doing something with Nega-Sam. And third, I had the idea to include her in what was going to happen with Alex and Sam in year 2. So the story allowed me to pull Nega-Sam into that. But as for specifics, yeah, spoilers. Now I did something here that I really shouldn't have done. Well, not really, but this makes it a little more difficult with inking, and that's the composition. You can see here our bed nab's in the foreground and Alex is in the background, but Alex is on the left, our bed nab is camera right. And I prefer to ink from the front to the back, do a character that's complete in the front and then go to the back. But I really can't do that here, because if I ink our bed nab and I come and ink Alex, see where my hand is? Yeah, right on top of the ink. So what I'm going to do is, it's no big deal. I am going to ink our bed nab first. Some kind of tiara or something on here. And then I'm going to just let this panel dry, and then I'll come back and hit our bed nab. No, inking technique really isn't set in stone. I mean, it's whatever I need to do at that point. And honestly, I wish that I didn't have to ink, because I really like the pencils, and usually I end up liking the pencils better than I like my inks, for reasons like that one right there. I'm going to have to fix that in Photoshop. I've just always liked my pencils better. well, for the most part. Sometimes like that point, like that one there, made a mistake in the pencil because her ear was a little too rounded. Now the design of our bed nab, actually, I'm having to match up the design that was done by Ian Sampson, who Ian is the guy that did the 50-foot centaur artwork that is on the cover of Attack of the Naughty Bits, and he did an amazing job with that. I mean, he really did. I mean, I got the artwork and from him, and I'd sketched it out, I designed it and laid it out for him, and then he went and painted it digitally, and I just flipped when I saw it. I was just stunned. it was just holy cow! That's better than what he perfectly aped the style of the poster artist, and I thought he just did a fantastic job on it. But he long ago we did a mini crossover story where Lenny gets pulled back to his home world, to Genie World, and we see a civil war has broken out there. This was created by events that had started with the Watch, and that's where the whole thing about getting turned into a chicken came from. That was my idea, because I just wanted something just so ridiculous to be. I had this idea of something just being the most ridiculous thing possible, being this terrible fate, and so for Jin to be turned into a chicken is just the worst thing that you could. It was like fate worse than death. That was my idea. For good or bad, that was my idea, and. But it was it featured Angie, the defective genie, which was in a Watch story, and Kali, who was her friend. That was then they ended up being on opposite sides of the Civil War, and because there's a civil war going on back in the Genie world, and this was alluded to in the original timeline in what was the title of that story? Jeez, Duty Now for the Future. Yeah. Yeah. I'm still learning all the tricks of the trade. Of YouTubing, and I still haven't mastered them all yet. I'm still working on it. So, what I need to do is I need to better figure out how to structure these shows, because I have been looking at some of the analytics, and there are people who are watching, who are coming in and watching afterwards, but they're not watching the whole show. And honestly, I'm not expecting people to. I mean, it's an hour and a half that I usually sit up here rambling on, and I can't believe that I keep you guys, the regulars, when they show up. So I got to figure out how to structure the show a little bit better. But that's all part of the learning process, the learning curve. Here, learning how to do this. Yeah, and in terms of cheating, there are other cheats that I actually, like for example the new URL for the show. I keep it's been annoying having this the YouTube channel name be 5 miles long like it is, so I went and set up a bit.ly URL shortener thingy. Hold on, I'm looking for the Windex. There it is. All right, I'm switching over to this nib, and it is filthy, and the Windex cup is empty, so I'm gonna have to clean it off the old-fashioned way. Oh, that's some good Windex. Oh, that's some good ammonia. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Good old NH4. Yeah, it's as good as I'm going to get this cleaned, I'm afraid. Yeah, I found that ammonia dissolves India ink like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, that's the autofocus. Hold on a second. Let me. It insists on turning the autofocus back on. I think we're in focus now, so. Oh, there you go. Wouldn't you know it? Got a smudge. Doggone it. We knew it was coming. Knew it was coming. Sorry, I had to cough there. This pen was not a good choice. This used to be a really nice nib, but it's dull now, so I'm not getting the fine line that I was hoping to get off of it. Am I going to be sending you any more pages? Yes, we should be sending you some pages relatively soon. I hope soon. I need to write more dialogue pages is what I need to do, and I am and I need to do them before it's critical. meaning, oh crap, I got to get a page done. I guess I better write some dialogue. So I'm hoping that sometime this week I can go and start fleshing out more pages on this story. I've got 9 pages fleshed out, and we're on page 6. So I think I do think this is the pen that I was actually wanting in the first place. So 9 pages. I've got 3 more, 7, 8, 9, written out. But I don't want to get that down below, to a threshold of, oh crap. And that's probably something that I will not do on a nightly draw, is my writing process, because I just gotta be alone for that. That's a very solitary thing for me. And when I say solitary, I mean, not narrating it as I go. Actually, what I usually do is I usually pack up the computer and head off somewhere. There's a Chick-fil-A right down the road that has Wi-Fi, and so I'll usually go and camp out there. Normally, Wi-Fi is actually not a good thing when I'm writing, unless, and it's only if I need something for some research. But I have to be very careful, because I will get distracted and do something stupid like go over to TV tropes. So I get my solitude by just putting on headphones, and not that way I can tune everything out, and I got my Chick-fil-A, and I can just concentrate on what I need to concentrate on. Well, James, it looks like it is just you and me tonight, buddy. Oh, well. Their loss. That's their loss. Okay, now I gotta try and rearrange this so that I can... See, this is why I want to get rid of this computer. I want to get a dedicated computer, because the laptop is sitting literally right here. It's just off the screen, and it takes up half. It takes up about, well, not half. It takes about a sixth, literally a sixth, of my workspace here. Speaking of TV tropes, there is an entry for Accidental Centaurs on TV tropes. I don't know who put it there. It wasn't me. Unfortunately, it's a little out of date, because it actually references things that have not been canon for almost 15 years. But hey, that's better than the way I got treated on Wikipedia back in the day. Yeah, the fact that they even have a category on TV tropes that's called Our Centaurs Are Different is kind of amazing. But I noticed there's a IO9, which used to be a great science fiction site. Now it's just kind of a place where they try to sell you stuff Their Kinja deals. Anyway, it hasn't been the same since Anna Lee Nelwitz and Anna Lee Nelwitz and what was her name? Charlie Jane Anders left. Yeah, it just hasn't been the same. And they folded it into Gizmodo, and it just hasn't been the same. But anyway, they had a list of upcoming anime series, and apparently there's one about a centaur, a Japanese series. I don't know anything about it, but I just saw it briefly before going on the air. But back in the day, there was an Accidental Centaurs page. This was about 2004, 2005, and it was bumped. It was pulled for it not being notable, whatever the heck that means. There was at the time there was an, and I use this term lightly because it is Wikipedia. There was an editor on Wikipedia who had this thing against webcomics, and he was going and having them just pulled left and right. I don't know what his problem was, but that's why there is to this day there is still not a page for Accidental Centaurs on Wikipedia, to my knowledge. I haven't gone ego surfing on Wikipedia in a while, so. Although Wikipedia also is a major time sink too. And I think this is going to be one of our slower shows. But this weekend, I'm going to be working on the trying to work some on the new hutch here that will have camera mountings and better placement for lights and things like that. So. Well, actually, speaking of the Wikipedia page, James, if you're going to do that, I'd rather just rewrite it from the ground up. Because if you were to go back and look at the old page, it's all about the old version of the strip, and I really, I always used to wonder, thinking about artists who said, "I want all my old stuff destroyed after I'm dead. I don't want anybody to see my early work." And I say, how selfish is that? No, I understand. I understand that now. So I really would rather, if there is going to be a Wikipedia page, and I think that I would like to see it, just have it a little more up to date and focus on this version of the strip rather than the old version. The old page was just so out of date that that really you can't even see the current date from here. That's how out of date it is. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. Always, it's weird looking at the ink, since I'm going to do the pupils in Photoshop in the color stage. Without the pupils, the inks look so weird. They just look creepy. It just. But yeah. What I was going to say before I went off on that tangent. One of the other things that I'm going to work on this weekend is I'm going to work on trying to get movies of mass distraction to a point where I can do at least a test, a trial test on it. And what that's going to entail is doing some of the, finishing up the rig for Plundar, and doing the animation with Character Animator, which is, I gotta say, this is, I give Adobe grief all the time about their software and their, I got another smudge down there, wonderful, about the quality of their software and their pricing structure, but I'll give credit where credit is due. They put a really cool bit of beta software out with the with After Effects and as part of the Creative Cloud, and it does facial capture software, or it is facial capture software, and will real-time animate a digital puppet. And what's really cool about this is long ago, I auditioned for a job at Cartoon Network. They didn't hire me. They actually hired someone who I had given his first animation job, because they said I was overqualified. I didn't care. I wanted to get in at Cartoon Network, and I told him, I said, I don't care if I'm overqualified for this. I want to work I want to get in here at Cartoon Network. I want the money back for those bribes that I sent. No, I'm kidding. But what it was for was, I don't know if you remember, but back around 98, 99, somewhere around in there, Cartoon Network had a show called JBVO, and it was a live animated request show. It was hosted by Johnny Bravo, and the trick was that it was animated. It had these animated bits, and the way it worked was it had pre-animated segments, and they had an operator, and that was the job that I was auditioning for, to play these animations and basically perform Johnny Bravo. The voice was going to be done by the voice of Johnny Bravo, which Jeff Bennett? Jeff Bennett. And but what was amazing was like I said, it was all this is all being done in real time, and Jeff Bennett's voice was coming in over an ISDN line from California. Remember those? Remember ISDN? Believe it or not, they still use ISDN in the broadcast industry for dedicated audio lines, because there's no latency on them. Well, I mean, there is latency, but it's circuit switch, not packet switch. So it's more like a telephone connection, but it's a digital telephone connection. I mean, that's actually what it is a digital telephone connection. But yes, it's still very popular in the broadcasting realm, and obviously that's what overqualified meant in this case. But what was amazing was they like I said, they had this box that had all of these movies played up, and it was like a soundboard. So the operator was pressing keys to play various videos, and the software was set up so that you could only when you played a particular video, it could only branch out into other particular videos so that the animation would match up nice and smooth. And then the ISDN line fed in to the computer, and the voice track was automatically tracked, and a voice the mouth shapes were automatically mapped onto the character's mouth as the character moved around, because it had a path for those characters. Now, here's the part that was amazing. Okay, like I said, this was about 1999, 2000. They showed me the software, they showed me the system, and let me play with it so they could, see what I could do with it. I thought I did pretty good, but it was mainly just kind of a meet and greet. Anyway, it was running on a $40,000 Silicon graphics machine, because that's what you needed in those days to be able to have the horsepower to play multiple QuickTime streams in real time in standard definition. Standard definition. Because this was long before high def. Now, fast forward to last year, and Adobe starts releasing this software, and not only does it do the voice tracking in real time, like that SGI did, it also takes the input from a webcam and tracks your eyes, tracks the pupils in your eyes, eyebrows, automatically recognizes various portions of your face, and uses that data to animate a puppet. Now, if you want to see what this looks like, Bill Holbrook has started doing animations with Deathany, with his character Deathany, and he has an actress to do her voice, and that he records that animation and then renders it out and then puts it up on YouTube, which and with Bill's schedule, for him to actually be able to do animation is amazing, because Bill has his he has to have his schedule timed down to the millisecond. When you do three daily strips, I joke that when Bill finishes drawing a comic strip, someone comes in from off stage and puts a cape on him. For those of you playing at home, that was a joke about James Brown. So like I said, Adobe is now including for $50 a month. I'm not saying for free, for $50 a month, software that 20 years ago required a very custom software and a very expensive computer. Because those SGIs, they weren't cheap. Man, they were expensive. Good grief, they were expensive. I don't know what it is about Sam's belt. I just like Sam's belt. I just like having that. When she, it evolved from the bar wench costume that she wore in Dictating the Course, which I had actually considered making her permanent costume. But it was a pain to draw. It really was a pain to draw. And it was the metal ring in the middle that just made it. Oh, it was awful to draw. What was I thinking? Oh, well, I know what I was thinking. I was thinking, let's put Sam in something sexy. Well, anyway, as I was saying, boy, I'm all over the place tonight. Sorry about that. You know what it is? I just realized the air conditioner is off, and my brain's getting overheated. Well, I was saying about the character animation software. I'm going to use that for the alien in Movies of Mass Distraction. And that's going to enable me to get the show launched without having to build a set and provide for costumes, which I was planning on doing. But if I sat here waiting for everything to get done, it'll never get launched. And I really want to get it launched because I think it's a great concept, and I want to get it out there. And it's got a theme song that Tom Smith wrote. So that should be pretty cool. Can I set things up so that you can see me do the coloring? That is not out of the realm of possibility. I need to do a little more arranging, because what I'd have to do with that is I need to, and I've been thinking about doing it because I got some money from the Ringgold gig, and buy myself another one of these Logitech web cameras, and I just know, oh frack, frackety frack. Oh man. All right. You know what? At this point, that's the point where I just kind of set this aside, because frack. I hate it when I do that. Okay, as I was saying before I interrupted myself, that's not out of the realm of possibility to do that. I need to get another one of these little cameras, and we're coming up on an hour anyway, and set it up over there, where I'm off camera, where you can't see that I'm pointing. That's where the main computer, where I do the video editing, and I do the coloring. And I need to put and I need to put more lights, some lights over there, and things like that. But I want to put a camera over there. With the software, I could actually capture the window that I'm using, the Photoshop window, so I can be coloring on the Cintiq, and you can actually see me doing that. So that is has been part of the plan for a while. But I need to get another camera, because I don't want to tear down, set up, back and forth. Just put a camera over there and be done with it. And that computer has got the horsepower to do the live streams as well, because it's actually this laptop is a quad core i7. That's a 6-core i7, so it's got even more horsepower to do that. So yes, maybe in a week or so, I just Prime Day is coming up. Yeah, I'll order a camera and get it sent on Prime Day. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And interviewing other cartoonists. Yes, that's another thing I'm working on as well. I've talked with Bill Holbrook. I've talked with Guy Gilchrist. There's a couple of others. There's a way for me to do this live, which is what I want to do. the software has a way of being able to do some kind of video chat thing and then pull that chat in and insert it into the video stream. So the plan is, and I want to test it before I try this. I don't want to do it live and then it fails spectacularly. But I want to do a little test. I want to do is have the cartoonists on live so that I can, feed them questions. You feed me questions. I feed them questions. So yes, to answer your question, the answer to both is absolutely, and that is in the plan for what we're gonna do, because there's only so much of my rambling that you can put up with, and my my wonderful art skills like that. Well, that's and also another thing is talking. I really don't think I'm going to be able to do it live at Dragon Con, but I am planning to shoot some video blogs at Dragon Con and put them up during Dragon Con. So actually, we'd only be losing 2 days of content, the Friday and the Monday. So, but I'm definitely planning on doing that. Got some other things that are coming. I'm gonna go to see the eclipse, weather permitting. If you don't know about this, for those of you who are watching later, there's a solar eclipse coming up in about a month, and the path of totality is passing very, very close to here. It's passing up in Greenville, South Carolina, not too far from here. So I'm actually going to go up there and I'm going to take the big rig and shoot full tilt nerdity during the eclipse, and also be filming stuff for this. If you have any suggestions of cartoonists you'd like me to interview, to talk with, send them to me. If you see, I have my contacts, but also, webcomic cartoonists, things like that. I'd be happy to try and reach out to them and get some interviews there. So anyway, I think that's probably going to be it for tonight, because I'm feeling a little tired, and I didn't get my oh boy, I slept until about 3 o'clock this afternoon, because I had a throbbing headache all morning, and then at 7:30 this morning, they were here cutting the grass at 7:30 in the a.m. That's just wrong. That's just wrong in so many ways. But anyway, yeah. So I think we're probably just gonna call that a night. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you, James, for being here. Thank you for those of you who are watching this for watching later on. Don't forget, we do have the don't forget the new URL for the live show, bit.ly/nightly draw. Tell your friends. Seriously, tell your friends. Let them know. The more viewers that I get, I need the viewers, because at 10,000, it takes 10,000 views to turn on the monetization. Thanks, YouTube. Thanks for moving the goalposts. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I need 10,000 views of everything across the channel. So I'm going to be making more and more content of all different kinds. But please tell your friends, because I really would appreciate that, and would appreciate them subscribing, clicking the subscribe button down here. I think will be down here, down there, just like on television, pointing right down there. All right, so that's it for tonight, for this week. We'll be back Monday, the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, the 10th of July. 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 2 a.m. UTC. Thanks for joining us, and until next week, drive safely.